Right now at 10, how a local congregation is using the gift of song to raise money for people suffering in Ukraine. Plus, a new report on the Uvalde school massacre detailing the response from hundreds of law enforcement officials that could have saved more lives. And just weeks before the primary election, state Democratic candidates vying for a chance to take on Senator Ron Johnson take the stage for their first Senate primary debate. This is News 3 Now at 10. Good to be with you tonight. I'm Josh Breiter in for Brad Hamilton. A group of local church members stepping up for the people suffering in Ukraine by using their musical talents to raise money. Our Tahlil Mohaddin joined them at the Program for Peace.
Sharing the gift of music.
You're blessed to be a blessing.
Members of several Madison area Presbyterian churches are taking to one stage.
I like the idea of people using the gifts that they have to make this world a better place. I think that's what our calling is as God's people.
At Covenant Presbyterian, they're helping put on a benefit concert for Ukraine.
I thought we could make songs for peace. We can pray that God would work through us in the world, and we can give.
The concert's highlight, Ukrainian native Ivan Shmilo, who made the trip from Chicago to bring for churchgoers a bit of his nation's tradition. It's an effort led by Covenant Presbyterian's music coordinator, Melissa Hins.
Music is a way that we can all come together and we can share this wonderful gift and also show our love and support.
Hins wants to inspire people to give, hoping those in the pews will be moved by the message of peace, delivered in song.
It's part of our role as Christians, really, to live love, to show love to the others in the world, especially those who are suffering.
Senior pastor Charlie Bertu seeing it as a way for churchgoers to love their neighbors.
That means the people who live in the houses right here, and that means people across the world. So we see neighbors who are hurting, we try to help out.
And make the world a better place. In Madison, Tahlil Mohaddin, News 3 Now.
Earlier this year, the church also held a special offering for Ukraine where they raised $25,000. Proceeds from today's concerts will go to the Presbyterian Disaster Assistance Program in Ukraine and also the nonprofit group Wisconsin Ukrainians. The heat and humidity building in for the week ahead. Meteorologist Gary Canalti outside with a first look at your certified most accurate forecast. Gary?
Yeah, temperatures today were not too bad in the lower to middle 80s, and the humidity levels weren't too bad, although they are starting to creep up. The time-lapse from WISC-TV Skycam shows partly cloudy skies for much of the day. A few of those clouds built up to the point to where they produced a shower or a thunderstorm, mainly down toward the Illinois state line, just around the Monroe area. High temperatures today, though, were generally in the lower to middle 80s. Here in Madison, we're in the middle 80s with temperatures right now in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees, but the dew points are still pretty high. They're in the lower to middle 60s. Some areas are close to 70 degrees, especially just out to the west in Minnesota. By tomorrow morning, look for a low temperature of about 62. Tomorrow, it's sunny skies. Our high temperature topping out at 88 degrees, and it looks like we'll be even warmer for Tuesday. The question is, will we get any thunderstorms to break the heat? I'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Families who lost loved ones in the Uvalde school massacre met today with members of the Texas House Committee investigating the incident. Their new 77-page report places some blame on several levels of law enforcement for their failure to act. We do want to warn you, some of the video you're about to see is disturbing. Surveillance video from inside Robb Elementary School shows officers waiting 77 minutes before moving in to take out the shooter back on May 24th. This new report finds there were 376 officers on scene, but the group lacked clear leadership and basic communications, prioritizing their own safety.
Several officers in the hallway or in that building knew or should have known there was dying in that classroom, and they should have done more, acted with urgency, tried the door handles, tried to go in through the windows, tried to distract him.
The report also said the gunman fired about 100 rounds in the first 3 minutes, so it's likely many victims died quickly. But the report suggests some could have survived had they not waited so long to go in for rescue. So far, much of the blame has been put on Uvalde School Police Chief Pete Arredondo for his role as incident commander, but investigators suggest there were plenty of better trained and better equipped officers who should have stepped up at the time. If you'd like to read more about this report, including how the family of the shooting suspect could have stepped in and came forward earlier, look for the story on the Channel 3000 mobile app. New at 10, 4 people are dead tonight after a man armed with a rifle opened fire inside an Indiana mall. Police say just before 6 tonight, the gunman entered Greenwood Park Mall with a rifle and several rounds of ammunition. He then began randomly shooting people in the food court. 3 people were killed and 2 others were injured. Officers say an armed civilian shot the gunman, killing him. Investigators are still working on identifying the suspect and finding a motive for that shooting. We're also learning new details about a Ukrainian plane that crashed in northern Greece late last night. Authorities say all 8 crew members on board the plane were killed. The plane was traveling from Serbia to Jordan when it crashed. According to the Serbian Minister of Defense, the plane was transporting Serbian military equipment to Bangladesh. Investigators believe the crash was caused by an engine fire and the continue to search the scene for the plane's black box. New tonight, a new lawsuit claims Skittles are unsafe to eat. A woman in California filing the lawsuit against candy maker Mars, alleging Skittles are made with a known toxin that's unfit for human consumption. In 2016, Mars said it was planning on getting rid of the chemical compound known as titanium dioxide. The lawsuit claims it is still being used in products, including Skittles. In a statement, a company spokesperson said, quote, "While we do not comment on pending litigation, our use of titanium dioxide complies with FDA regulations." To campaign 2022 now, 5 Democratic candidates running for U.S. Senate against incumbent Ron Johnson faced off in a debate at Marquette University tonight. Participating in the debate were Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes, State Treasurer Sarah Godlewski, Milwaukee Bucks executive Alex Lasry, Outagamie County Executive Tom Nelson, and Millennial Action Project founder and former CEO Stephen Alacara. During the debate, each candidate answered questions on a wide range of topics, including inflation, abortion, crime, and the environment. Here are some of the highlights from each candidate.
Our statutes need to be updated to reflect the realities that so many of our youth are experiencing in schools across the country, and they need to be protected from adults who act like children in legislative bodies all across this country.
I wasn't the only one talking about reproductive rights because for me, this is not an afterthought. If Wisconsin wants to restore its women's rights to choose, they'll send the woman who will get the job done and defeat Ron Johnson in 2022 this November.
Most of our solar panels and wind turbines and electric car batteries are manufactured overseas. We've got to make sure that we're incentivizing to bring those manufacturing jobs back here. We've got to invest in workforce training to ensure that we can be building those things here and make sure that Wisconsin becomes the leader and innovator in new types of green manufacturing.
What I support unequivocally, I support red flag laws, I support expanding background checks, I support a ban on assault weapons, waiting periods, whatever it takes to keep our families safe, because I will never, ever, ever compromise on the safety of my community and certainly not my family.
The political industrial complex is much more interested in your dollar than it's interested in your human rights. And that's why I'm running to change the system here. You have to talk about money, the primary system, and other issues if you're going to talk about how you build that consensus. I strongly believe if you're not talking about changing the system, you're wasting people's time.
The primary among the Democratic candidates for Wisconsin's U.S. Senate seat is scheduled for August 9th. The winner will face off against Republican Ron Johnson in the November 8th general election. The Republican National Convention responding to tonight's debate. In a statement, RNC spokesperson Rachel Reisner said, quote, "Wisconsin Democrats not only embraced Joe Biden's radical agenda that led to the rampant inflation, a looming recession, and a war on American energy, but ensured that Ron Johnson would serve another term in the Senate," end quote. New numbers show incumbent Republican Senator Ron Johnson has raised more funds for his 2022 campaign than all top 4 of the Democratic candidates running against him combined. According to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, Johnson collected $7 million in donations during the second quarter. Together, the top 4 candidates for Democrats only took in $3.7 million. Although Alex Lasry did loan his campaign $6.5 million of his own money, he only brought in $520,000 in outside donations. Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes collected $2.1 million in donations. State Treasurer Sarah Godlewski raising $900,000 and loaned her campaign $600,000. And Outagamie County Executive Tom Nelson collected $230,000 for his campaign. A new policy for Green Bay Catholic schools requires staff, parents, and students to be referred to as their biological sex, not their preferred pronouns. The policy requires students to act like their biological sex at all times. In a statement, the diocese asked families of young people who dress or act in ways contrary to, quote, God's plan that they reach out to their pastor or other Christian professionals for help. The diocese says the policy is to maintain church teachings, but not everyone likes that answer. Youth advocates say it could lead to trauma for some and make others question their faith.
Really, that is asking someone to uproot themselves from a community, from a school, from peers that they have maybe been connected to their entire life.
The policy also says students will participate in sports that are in line with their biological sex and bans puberty blocking or cross-sex hormones from campus. After a minority business owner in Madison suffered from a crash a couple of weeks ago, he lost some of what allowed him to do what he loves. The Mango Man is a beloved food cart owner you might have seen around the capital city. The owner says he serves both food and smiles, but recently it hasn't been all smiles for the Mango Man. On July 8th, while running errands, stocking up product, the Mango Man was involved in a serious car accident. While the Mango Man was safe, his car and many items for his business that were inside of it were destroyed. His friend created a GoFundMe to help, and the community rallied behind him.
So when people come to him, I honestly think as much as they love the food, you get people stopping by just to say hello to him, not even ordering, because his brand is him.
The GoFundMe has a goal of $25,000 to help the Mango Man. A link to donate is up on our website right now at channel3000.com. Well, the U.S. National Scots Dance Championship wrapped up today right here in southern Wisconsin. Middleton played host to competitors from across the country this weekend at the Madison Marriott West. 14-year-old Morgan O'Connor was one of 11 local folks competing this year, all ranging from 4 to 30 years old. Morgan's been competing since she was just 4. This weekend was a big one for her, as she can now say she is officially a 2-time U.S. champion.
That's how you get to such a high level, is because you spend your whole dancing life working on it, and it's very satisfying to be able to see the progress you're making throughout the years.
I was in tears. You know, it's really a culmination of a lot of really hard work, you know, on her part, to say the least, and also all of us behind her as well.
This championship for Scot Dance USA is their version of the Olympics. Morgan now heads to Scotland for the World Championships next month. We want to wish good luck to her. Still ahead for us tonight at 10, it's a first for the city of Milwaukee after getting the honor to host Red Bull's 30th Flugtag competition. See which team made it out on top.
It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Stay comfortable in your home all year long. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com. $5,000 a year. That's the burden of Joe Biden's inflation tax on Wisconsin families. They can't afford it. From the grocery store to the gas station, we're all paying the price for Biden's massive deficit spending. Ron Johnson has the courage to say no to spending that is mortgaging our children's future. And his small business tax cuts help them compete and survive the pandemic.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including Big Box. You heard me, Big Box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
It's Make My Mondays at Hy-Vee. This Monday, get Hy-Vee whole chicken, only 79 cents a pound. Hy-Vee pasta, only 77 cents. Whole seedless watermelon, only $3.88. And Frito-Lay Santitas, only 99 cents. Monday only. And save even more during Red, White, and Fuel. Right now, save up to $7.83 per gallon with your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Sun goes goes down another dreamless night. You're right by my side.
Real luxury, real thrill. Feel the rush of performance at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
It seems wherever you call these days, nobody has what you need. There's a shortage of this, there's a shortage of that, but not here at Precision. Look around, we have thousands of parts in the warehouse to fix your garage door, so you don't have to wait.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
An old barn in the 608 holds surprises for toy train lovers, young and old.
Monday, Josh Breider takes you all aboard to meet the wizards behind the Wonderland.
Temperatures are on the increase this new work week. Your first warn forecast, Monday morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
This year marks the 30th anniversary of Red Bull's Flugtag competition. Jenna Wells takes us to Milwaukee, where competitors are making a big splash.
A lot of teardown happening here at Veterans Park after Red Bull Flugtag came to Milwaukee for the first time on Saturday. Thousands came out to watch teams launch their homemade flying devices off of this 27-foot ramp and straight into Lake Michigan.
This is basically like, we're looking at like 1910s when, you know, the Wright brothers tried to take off and fly. I mean, this is basically the evolution of flight. How can you get any better than that?
Red Bull Flugtag, a first for the city and for many Wisconsinites.
I had no clue this existed. Then one of my teammates just walked up to me and asked me if I wanted to throw stuff into Lake Michigan for fun. And of course I couldn't say no.
After months of preparation, 34 teams competing with human-powered man-made aircrafts.
We worked really hard on this, spent a lot of time and had some money on it, and it all paid off pretty good.
Teams are judged on costumes and presentation, pre-flight skits, and of course, how long the aircraft can fly.
We felt good as we took off, and then we were just surprised when we got out of the water. Someone told us we got 54 feet. I mean, that was just surprising.
Each competitor jumping 27 feet into the waters of Lake Michigan.
It was terrifying. Like, the fall just kept on going. Like, there were 3 times during the way down where I felt like I should have been in the water, but then I just wasn't. And then it finally hit me, and I just, like, zen.
The big winners flying 66 feet, Flight for Your Right to Party, made up of dads from the Milwaukee suburbs.
You know, good karma. Our Viking karma carried us to the championship.
With Flugtag fun and a roaring crowd. Competitors are fired up for next time.
We'll definitely do it again, yes.
They should come back. Red Bull, Quick Trip, Flugtag, please come back.
What an event. Organizers were expecting 40,000 spectators, but they said the crowd exceeded that projection. All right, let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast with Gary Canelti now. It is going to be a hot and humid one this week, Gary.
I think those that ended up in the lake would probably felt the best, even though making that 27-foot drop. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. Look for the humidity to continue. It'll be muggy for much of the week, and then we'll see high temperatures in the lower 90s by Tuesday, so a hot day. Relatively dry weather for pretty much the entire week. Just a slight chance for a thunderstorm Tuesday night, and then again from Friday night into Saturday. On Doppler track, quiet across Wisconsin. There were a couple of light showers and thunderstorms down toward the Illinois state line early this evening. Those have since dissipated. Rainfall for Tuesday night, just very slight, mainly in the far northern parts of the state, about a 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain. Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk of severe thunderstorms over much of the state on Tuesday, but that's only if storms develop. And right now, I think it's unlikely that much of southern Wisconsin will see any rain at all. And you take a look at rain that will start Friday night into Saturday and Sunday, maybe a 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain in addition to whatever falls on Tuesday night. And that's not a lot of rain. And this is into the middle of next week, about 10 days out. We're only looking at about a 1/2 inch of rain through much of southern Wisconsin. Temperatures, though, above normal every single day. Average high temperature 82 degrees. We're looking for high temperatures mid-80s to the lower 90s. Today, temperatures were in the triple digits in the Dakotas and parts of eastern Montana, Glasgow, Montana at 108 degrees. Our 80s felt tame by comparison. Right now, we're in the 60s and 70s across our state. To the west, a lot of 70s and some 80s, but the dew point temperatures, that's the story. To the south, to the west of us, those dew points climbing into the 70s, so they are very sultry. Heat index, even at this hour, still in the 80s 80s to around 90 degrees. That's very high. And heat warnings, excessive heat warnings for parts of South Dakota down into Oklahoma, and heat advisories around that already in effect for tomorrow. As we look at weather track, the jet stream trying to push northward. That's where the core of the heat is across Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, and today expanded northward into the western Dakotas and Montana. But thunderstorm clusters develop on the northern periphery of this heat and just kind of rotate around, and that's why we saw these storms moving from north to south across northern Wisconsin. High pressure is located right across the middle part of the state, so that's why those storms fizzled as they started to drop southward. The wind's pretty light, but on future track, you can see clear skies overnight, lots of sunshine for tomorrow, and then on Tuesday, we also have the benefit of southwesterly winds. First batch of showers and storms staying up to the north. The second batch arrives Tuesday night, but again, favors mainly the northern parts of the state. Southern Wisconsin will probably stay precipitation free, and it looks like that trend will continue pretty much for the rest of the week. So for tomorrow, expect a sunny, very warm and humid day. High temperature 88. You factor in the humidity, it'll feel more like between about 91 and 96 degrees. Highs lower 90s on Tuesday. Again, that slight chance for a thunderstorm Tuesday night. Mid 80s Wednesday, Thursday. Upper 80s for Fridays. The humidity comes back. Maybe a little better chance for a thunderstorm from Friday night into Saturday and Sunday, but even then, probably about a 1 in 3 chance. So not everybody will see the rain, and temperatures will stay in the mid 80s for next week as well.
Yeah, already feeling that humidity. It's a good thing we got the rain we did on Friday with that stretch coming up.
Yeah, unfortunately, not a lot more on the way, at least for most people anyway.
All right, Gary, thank you.
Sure.
Well, the All-Star break is officially here for Major League Baseball. How it kicked off with the first round of the draft coming up in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I'm Tim Michaels. Commanding the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was an honor beyond measure. America is a miracle of countless sacrifices from unknown patriots. Honoring that is our duty. But today, America is under attack by radicals trying to tear down everything that makes America great. This is a fight we cannot lose. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to help save the America that those before saved for us.
Remember as a kid, if you could dream it, you could do it? Well, you still can. Now during the Ford Summer Supercharged Sales Event. And with great offers on select Ford vehicles. Just move on up. You'll not only bring back the fun, toward your destination. You'll supercharge it. Just move on up. So when the sun goes down, you'll just be getting started. Supercharge your summer today at your local Ford dealer.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Out here, we know a thing or two about beef. Hy-Vee knows beef too. Only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to bear the Hy-Vee brand. Only 6 out of 100. Quality like that is hard to find. So enjoy your Hy-Vee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
Okay, and you got so upset at me. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done.
Doesn't even look the same anymore.
Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much of Bob's money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends soon. Call now.
866 for Feldco.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we only serve those who honorably serve. All ranks, all branches, and their eligible family members. Yep, that is exclusive, and we're fine with that.
Got my hair, got my head.
Introducing new One-A-Day Multi-Plus, a complete multivitamin, plus an extra boost of support for your immunity, brain, and hair, skin, and nails. New One-A-Day Multi-Plus.
The inaugural Braylon Allen charity softball game teed off this afternoon in his hometown of Fond du Lac, and the Badger running back brought out the football team to compete in a home run derby, then go head-to-head in a clash of offense and the defense for the softball game. Fans came out in full force for an opportunity to snag a couple pictures, get autographs, and catch some stray foul balls from their favorite Badgers. As for Allen, the opportunity to use his platform to positively impact his community, like his role models before him, was something he always hoped to be able to do.
They see me, with a helmet and shoulder pads on and, screaming and all serious. So just to be out here and, get to interact with the fans, sign autographs, take pictures, stuff like that. It's always cool to just be able to have those interactions. It's, honestly a dream come true. You see a bunch of professionals and, celebrities put on stuff like this. So to be able to do it, especially in my hometown with my team, is awesome.
Allen wants to make this an annual event, and funds from today will benefit United Way and the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. NBA Summer League is coming to a close, and one former Badger gets to compete for the championship. Micah Potter and company taking on the Trailblazers this afternoon. Potter contributing early. He ties it up and then tips it in for the lead in the closing seconds of the first quarter. He adds 10 points off the bench as the Knicks fall to Portland, making the Trailblazers the Summer League champs. The first half of the regular season is in the books, and All-Star Week begins with round 1 of the MLB draft. The Brewers come into the night with the 27th overall pick, and they select shortstop Eric Brown Jr. from Coastal Carolina. But before the draft, the Brewers hoping to snap the 2-game skid in San Francisco. Willy Adames leads it off with his 19th homer of the season. But the Giants respond in the bottom of the frame, and they just keep adding to it. Brew Crew try for that late-game rally, but it's just not enough. They finish the first half of the season 50-43. All-Star Week continues with the Home Run Derby tomorrow, and the game itself is on Tuesday, where Corbin Burns and Devin Williams will represent. Seeing the competition in the 150th Open Championship, it should come as no surprise that the final round has an epic finish. Rory McIlroy and Victor Hovland took over the top spot on the leaderboard on moving day, but Cam Smith was ready to go in this final outing, especially when he hit the back 9. 5 straight birdies, takes the lead on 14. McIlroy threatens on 18, but falls short of the eagle. Smith is crowned the winner of this year's Open.
To win an Open Championship, in itself is probably going to be a golfer's highlight in their career. To do it around St Andrews, I think, is just unbelievable. This place is so cool. I love the golf course, I love the town, and hopefully we can keep that trend going with the every 50 years. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Just got to circle back to Braylon Allen, his charity softball game. I mean, it was so cool being able to see them, kind of out of like their normal uniforms and just getting to hang out with the fans, and especially, being in his hometown.
I loved his message too. You see a lot of the pros doing it, but to see a college athlete, that's pretty special.
Yeah, I know. That's what they've been with the NIL, development and stuff over the last year. A lot of these guys have been really wanting to take focus on that and be able to give back to their communities, and now they get the chance to.
We love to see it.
Yes.
Jordan, thank you. We'll be right back.
Son, it's about time we had the talk. It's time you knew the truth. Windows can take a beating, especially here in the Midwest. When it's time to replace them, call Feldco.
Isn't Feldco offering 2-for-1 windows right now, Dad?
They are, son. They are.
Less talk, more action. 2-for-1 windows from Feldco makes home improvement easy and affordable.
2-for-1 windows ends soon. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
Dear gas prices, Toyota's hybrid lineup says, go take a hike. Because we bring efficiency with power and savings with style. Think you can stand in our way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
I want to share my story so others can know that they are not alone.
When my mom and dad were first expecting, the pregnancy had complications and there was very little chance of survival. My mom's health was at risk too. She chose to end the pregnancy.
It was my decision, not some politicians.
Every woman should have the right to make her own decision. And I'll fight alongside you every step of the way until you do. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
You won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So take Allegra before allergy symptoms take over you. And for kids, try Allergist recommended non-drowsy children's Allegra.
No job's too big, no job's too small. We'll fix them all.
Fixing broken garage doors, that's all we do here at Precision.
We support the military.
We're proud to be veteran-owned and operated. Whether it's a broken spring or a new door, we've got you covered.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
What do you do when it's time to get the crew back together? You book it. And then you wine it, and then you dine it, and then you hike it. Whatever your reason, book direct at choicehotels.com.
Lash Sensational Sky High from Maybelline, New York. Limitless length plus volume. Flex brush. Over 10 million sold. And try Sky High Cosmic Black. Intense black pigments. Only from Maybelline, New York.
Saving for college at a time of financial uncertainty. Monday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Well, the good news is I'm still awake tonight. This is late for me, I know. This is late. But bad news, the heat and humidity coming in.
Yeah, get used to it.
Yeah.
Keep the air conditioning on. Live view from the Edgewater Sky Camp. Pretty nice out there right now. No rain on high-resolution radar across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures are in the upper 60s to the lower 70s, but the dew point temperatures are in the lower to middle 60s. A few places might start to see a little patchy fog overnight. I don't think it'll be anything too widespread, but look for an overnight low of about 62. Sunny skies tomorrow, high 88, and then up to 91 on Tuesday. Got a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm Tuesday night. If a storm does develop, there might be the potential for some strong winds, but then after that, dry weather Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Maybe a shower or thunderstorm chance Friday night into Saturday and Sunday, and highs staying in the mid-80s all the way into next week. The summertime heat is here for a while.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Make it a great night. Chris and Leah are back for you at 4:30.